What's up, guys? Hey, how are ya? I tell you what, it is another N&R week, and well, we're gonna kick off this week with the N&R Truck Series live from Kansas Speedway. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Anybody that knows the game knows that this place is all about the high side. And man, I tell you what, you got about between 15 and 20 trucks that are going to be putting this bluegrass state to the ultimate test. Going to see who's going to be able to get high enough to not hit the wall, but still be able to carry that momentum all the way off without getting loose. We know it later on in the runs that kind of happens. As always, one of my better partners in crime, the one and only Rick James, is in the booth with me. Unfortunately, Lucky's feeling just a little under the weather, so unable to join tonight. Rick James, Kansas Motor Speedway. The highway is really the only line to go in order to stay fast and stay consistent. Here we are again, buddy. How you feeling?
Hey Pete, happy to be with you for one more race and so happy to be able to share another week of racing with you. This time from Kansas, the trucks, always so much fun and so much energy that they bring to this racetrack. The high line is the way to go, but expect a couple of adventurous drivers to try the middle line and even a crossover coming out of the low line in two.
I tell you what, Dale Jr. coined this race just 2 years ago, where he's screaming slide job as loud as he could into the mic. And man, I'm wondering how many of those or how many attempts we're gonna see tonight. I think, like you just said, that middle line, the diving it into the bottom and letting it kind of work on up towards the wall without actually hitting it and causing unnecessary damage, which leads to unnecessary time on pit road. You want to get in pit road, which isn't too hard to get into tonight, and get off pit road, get through those gears, get back up to speed as quickly as possible, and you want to be able to have that truck as loose enough so you can pretty much just burp the throttle all the way around. And actually, Combat Beast out there in chat correcting me, it wasn't Kansas, it was Chicagoland. Kind of like the other white meat, you know what I mean? But man, either way, Rick, it's gonna be a phenomenal race. Glad you're here. These guys run 100%. Stage is on, 2 times wear, 2 times fuel. We got a lot of racing ahead of us.
A lot of racing, a lot of smooth moves, Pete, and we're going to see who manages their tires the best. We always talk about tires at every racetrack, pretty much except for plate tracks. But at a place like Kansas, Pete, having just 5 to 6% of wear on tires can make the difference, especially coming to the last lap, where you can believe drivers are going to be giving it the full send into 3 and even out of 4. I'm so ready to throw the switch and get racing going.
Well, these guys are all the way back in the lobby already. Qualifying is off. It's going to be interesting to go on through, find out who's got the pole together. We're going to have quite a few people out there to be able to help us with laps and fuel and whoever's maybe trying to save just a little bit. I think we've both witnessed 1 or 2 people be able to pull off a little bit of a fuel strategy from Kansas, and man, it's there's so many different ways you can win this, but there's also a few different ways that you can lose this as well.
Pete, there's so many more ways you can lose this race than winning it, as is with any race, naturally. But I think we're going to see guys that have not only the most experience, but guys that have certainly the most consistency, like Shadilak, who sits second in points, guys like TGM Beast, who are sitting fourth in points, Tenacious as well, Haskell, Krabby Soup, and Cowboy. All of these aforementioned drivers have no wins, but find themselves top 10 in points because of their consistency. And that special C word, consistency, is going to be necessary to make sure that they're up towards the front at the end.
Consistency is also going to help them to where they're not wearing out that right front, putting too much wheel going into the corner, and also that right rear when they're trying to get back into the throttle to be able to go full bore down the backstretch and coming across the tri-oval here at Kansas. It's gonna be interesting to see who's going to be able to put it all together. Obviously, there's a few people that have kind of asserted themselves into the front. You know, T-Glass has been phenomenal. Bowling has been phenomenal. There's some other guys in here that are kind of working their way up. Who's going to be the next threat to the bowling or to the T-Glass? You know, there's a lot of big players in this NNR Truck Series.
Oh, absolutely. As with it, not only the big players, but you have to take a look at the guys that have dominated the most. Of course, you cannot forget bowling with 5 wins up there, 2 poles already. With the numbers astound me, Pete, because bowling has 5 wins in 10 starts. Quite literally, he has a 50% hit rate in these first 10 starts in NNR trucks. And if he gets another one tonight, he's going to be 6 for 11. These are Michael Jordan level numbers that he's putting up right now. Guys like NNR Chevy, guys like NNR Papa Bear that find themselves outside the top 10, just looking into the picture there. 12 is the cutoff line, but at this stage in points, 10 races in, you really want to find yourself more more in the top 5 even, just to know that your place is solidified in the points.
The only other person, or maybe 3 people, that I can think of that have a better percentage than, well, actually no, because CGMX Rose and More Smoke in the Cup Series, they're not even at that level. They don't have, you know, the 6 wins. But one guy that is 2 for 2 right now, we'll actually see tomorrow night in the Xfinity Series, and that's JR Big Dogs out of the Turn Down for What series. Also runs a couple of others. Leagues as well, but he has won both weeks since he's joined NNR. We're going to see him tomorrow night, see if he can go ahead and notch up another win, make it 3 for 3. I don't know, but there's a whole lot of talent in that, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, last I looked at the points, Q Dog is actually leading those points. All right, so we're getting the invites now. Gonna go ahead and head on over. These guys are ready to go. They've got all their last-minute instructions from NNR SWATs and bowling as his admin. So let's get in here and get ready to call this. I'll get your invite right now. And there we go. As we look at that Fanatec screen. Again, Fanatec is the official sponsor, or one of the official sponsors of the Heat 5 Pro League Season 2. Every one of those drivers got a beautiful set of Fanatec equipment and a racing seat. So nice little prize to be able to make it into the top 25, I guess. But Combat Beast saying tires necessarily aren't going to be a thing, and Yotes King is saying you just wait, Combat. But yeah, it's was I right, Combat? Was it right here at Kansas, or was it at Chicago, like you said? Please let me know. Inquiring minds. Let's see. So, Rick, I just realized we're here under the lights. This is going to make it all the better.
This gorgeous scenery among the bluegrass state. Trucks through the restart zone. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway at Kansas. NNR Bowling, your points leader on the pole. And no, it looks like it's just a formation lap. My bad. Getting excited for nothing.
Yep. We're getting just getting set. So yeah, going through the field, got 38 of NNR Bowling. Again, your points leader with the 40 of ECR Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. To his outside, the 99 of Shadowlack. We got the 16 of Classic Stew, the 88 of TGM Beast, Go J-Paw Militia, 20 truck of Blitzkrieg. Then we got the 33 of Haskell the Rascal with the 18 of NNR Cowboy. Welcome back, buddy. 51 of NNR SWATs, your series leader. The 3 truck of NNR Chevy. 23 of More Than a Cape with the 52 to his outside. That's going to be Mike T. 98 of Papa Bear. The 24 of Krabby Soup. 2 truck of Chevy Country Boy. 74 of Owen Cornett. He was able to make it. Good to see. And then the 00 of Boss E. Geo. Rick, we're back up front. 38's going in a 1 and 2.
38 going into 1 and 2, already using that low line right off the jump, and he's cleared his competition up against the wall on the back stretch. Right behind him, the 40 of ECR Kool-Aid on the high line, the 99 of Shadilak behind him as well. Classic Stu, the only driver brave enough to try that inside line, but he's making it stick in the first lap.
Yeah, making it stick, able to wash up, but not able to make up any real ground. But he should be able to pull off the back end of that 38. Not 100% sure what draft package they're running tonight. I want to say it's either going to be low or normal. But that 38, he's found that high line. He looks like he's pretty comfortable, pretty stable. Few people behind him either a little loose or deciding to fan on out. They're 3 wide behind the leaders.
3 wide into the third corner, never a good recipe on lap number 2, but so far safe and sound, and a couple of trucks come together. Yellow flag is out at Kansas.
Yeah, first yellow's out at Kansas. We'll go ahead and get. Oh man, sorry about that. Got a little bit of an issue there, but yeah, first yellow for the night. They were definitely trying to pull it on down. I don't know if they were reacting to somebody maybe tagging the wall just a little bit, or what the issue was right there. But yeah, a couple trucks ended up going end over end.
Already some fireworks here to this Kansas evening here. It's a lovely facility that we have here, Pete, and this little jewel that's in the Midwest has been an idea since the mid-90s even. In 1996 and 1997, ISC, International Speedway Corporation, looked for a venue to put a racetrack in the Midwest, and in 2001, the Cup Series came to Kansas.
Yeah, and they tell you what, the high line has been it's been dominant since they first started. 38 of Bowling, that was your control car. Now to the outside with the 22 is inside. Again, the 20 is going to be our buddy old Blitz or Blitzkrieg. 40 right behind him. Bottom line's kind of formed up right now. Top side was lagging behind. 38 is going to lose that spot. 40 or 20 is going to merge ahead.
One, he's going to merge ahead, but that 40 Plan B sales truck of ECR Kool-Aid now to the inside, and he's got a little bit of help behind him, but there's just no momentum on the inside. And now look at that top line just shoot out of a cannon and across the front straight. The 38's going to clear the 40, headed into 1. What a move by NNR Bowling. And that right there, Pete, is a perfect illustration of how the high line serves faster than the low line coming out of 2.
Yeah, all that momentum that you can carry all the way around this place. You really want to get up as close to that wall as you can without hitting it, going through 1 and 2, and then again 3 and 4, bringing it all the way down to the apron, coming off of 4, which we're going to see some people get down there whether they want to or not, depending on how aggressive they got with their preset. But right now, 20 and we got up here, 20 and the 40, the 88 and the 30 of Bowling, and 16 and T-Glass. The only one down low right now is going to be that 18 of NNR Cowboy.
Cowboy trying to make that inside line work, but there's just no speed. He loses 3 positions coming out of the second corner, and he's sending himself to the back. You see NNR Bowling in the 38, the only driver other than the 18 of Cowboy to try anything lower than the high line, the middle line, and he got sent back to 4th now. The 20 truck still leads. Kool-Aid in the 40 now challenging for 1st.
Yeah, 88 right behind that 20. Still a Cowboy down low. The 38 now sitting 3rd in line on the top. Here comes that Bomberito.com Silverado, also on the high side. It's going to be just a high train coming all the way around this place. I don't know who's going to be able to do anything off the low side if they really just get single file up top.
Single file up top, but they're starting to find a little bit of speed when they get some draft on that middle line. However, watching that 20 truck of Blitz, he continues to lead at a dominant fashion because no one else has the speed off of the corner, and that's quite important at this stage in the race. Now looking to that 88 truck of TGM Beast. He sits in 3rd place off the 4th corner, now following the 38 of Bowling. 20, 38, 88, your top 3.
38 really looking to the low side. 20 came on down and pinched him down just a little bit. 38 is going to try just a little bit of a slide drop. Excuse me, not going to be there. So the 88 is going to go ahead and fill that gap just behind P1. No luck or no hole for that 38 to fill. 40 is going to go ahead and pick up the draft of the 88. 3 truck of Chevy now just a little bit further back. If anything, the 38 might be able to slide into 4th. But here they go again, all the way down to the apron. 38 still trying to find a spot to fill. No such luck. Again, that high side is where it's at, and I think that's where it's going to be all night long. Rick, these guys had one very, very short chance to go on down pit road, try to make any slight adjustments. If you're, let's say, the 20 of Blitzkrieg that we're riding along with right now, where do you start first with your adjustments? Do you go to the right rear, or do you start with that wedge and crank it down just a little bit?
Pete, I don't change a thing. Right now, the 20 car, well, he was leading this race, but now the 88 of TGM Beast gets to his inside, and that Mold Armor F-150 is edging him out of 2. But look at the 20 just pull now. No speed on that middle line or the low line. There goes the 40 Plan B truck. Here comes the 38 BTS F-150, and there goes Kool-Aid and Bowling taking 2nd and 3rd respectively. That right there is what that low line does if timed imperfectly. But now look at the 40 of Kool-Aid getting right behind that 20, getting a good charge off the 4th corner. Now with 26 to go, 20 still leads, but the 40 is poised to take first.
Yeah, Kool-Aid would be saying anything but, oh yeah, if he was to crash into and off of that wall. You cannot hit the wall and maintain your momentum all the way around this place or keep your position. The 88 just recently found that, and he's going to find himself a few more spots back. 38 was able to find that hole, as you just mentioned, move all that Bowling up to P3. But right now, the 20 has the entire field right where he wants him, and we got a battle for the lead. Kool-Aid down low. Can he pull? And he pulled that slide job. Good job, but 20's going to fight back hard on the inside, Rick, going down the backstretch.
Down the back, 20 to the inside, the 40 on the outside, and he tried the crossover coming out of 2, but now the 20 doesn't have the high line. Let's see how he adapts. Gives it a full send into 3, but he can't pull off the slide job on the 40. Kool-Aid to the outside in the Plan B. Chevy Silverado is your new leader at Kansas. 38 of Bowling gets to his outside, and there is how you beat the outside line, Pete. Textbook pass from Kool-Aid in the 40. There's the yellow right there. Kool-Aid waited until the opportune moment, used the low line, and just headed into one. I can't describe it, Pete. That was poetry.
That was absolutely very, very nice. Guys, we're going to take just a quick little ad break right here, and we will be right back. Make sure that we're good to go for everybody else that joins as well. And if you are actually still following me right now, I want to give you a very big thank you. You're still able to hear the one and only Rick James and I as we go along because you have chosen to subscribe to this channel and further help me out. Very, very soon, you're actually going to see a brand new mic, some brand new equipment coming off of this table right here. I was able to go ahead and pick up a very, very nice Blue Yeti, pop their stand and all that because of your help. Thank you very much. Rick, we're getting ready to go back green. It looks like it's going to be that 40 Plan B sales on the front. 38 of Bowling to his outside.
Bowling now to the outside. He's got Kool-Aid to his inside in that 40 Beast in the 88. And now welcome into the top 5. Truck number 51, NNR SWAT in that black Rowdy Bush Cessna Toyota Tundra. First Toyota in the top 5 all night long. The 20 won't give it up, but now fight for the lead. Look at the 38 dive into 3. Challenge for first.
Challenge for first, and the 38 actually had a little bit of help on that bottom side, just not enough of a push. That 40 really held that truck high, wide, and handsome all the way through 3 and 4. The 38 had no choice but to give up the ghost. Here comes the 20 back to his outside. He was the leader, about 5 or 8 laps ago. Now finding himself in P3, actually in the same position that Bowling was in while he was trying to hold him off.
Unbelievable move at the front. Good racing. Now you see Bowling trying to make the best of that low line, but there's just no speed. It looks like a plate track up on that high side. 40, 51, 20, your top 3 as they cross the line. Silverado, Tundra, Silverado. Here comes the 51 of SWATs to the inside, challenging out of 2.
Yes, SWAT's down low, the only one down there, 20 right behind the 40. Then you've got I believe we're gonna bring that back to the 38. There's the 88 of Beast, another J-Pop militia member One truck up into the wall. It's going to stack up the field behind him. Now just a little bit of a gap from fifth back to seventh and sixth.
A bit of a gap, single file at the front, and they're starting to fan out 10th on back. The 51 of SWAT's holding on to that top six just barely. NNR Chevy now in that 3 Bomberito Silverado to the inside, trying a slide job up the middle, and it's not going to work. 40-20 blow past, 88 of Beast on the outside, and just no momentum. 40 leads into 3.
40 leads into 3. Still, again, the 20 right behind him. Then the 88 of Beast. Behind the Beast, you got the 38 of Bowling. The 3 truck tried to slide on up, but there was no hole. He is going to continue to lose spots. Here comes, as you just said, also the 51 of SWAT's on by. There's everybody now, Rick. It seems like they found just a little bit of a gap up high. I think whoever's going to grab position off of this race is really mostly going to be getting on and off of pit road. Who can be the most aggressive while not getting that black flag or not getting too much damage before they've got to make that trip. Once the tires have a couple laps on them, you've got nothing down low unless you're able to catch the leader off guard, like we saw just before that caution.
16 laps remaining at the 1.5 mile tri-oval at Kansas. 40 leads, 20 in second, 88 in third, 38 challenging for that position. Blitz has spent most of this race in the top 3, and for good reason, with a good consistent line. But now look at the 40 scrape the wall. 88 pushes to 20. Here comes the 38 of Bowling off of the 4th line. It's double wide off the 4th corner. It's a drag race for the lead coming across the line. 38 edges the 20 with the 51 behind. 15 laps to go at Kansas into 1.
I tell you what, Rick, if I was the 38, I would have stuck right there on the front bumper of that 51 because he was content in giving him a push all the way through. That's going to give Bowling the lead, but the 20 is going to have a little bit of momentum. Will he pull to the inside? No, he doesn't. He actually ends up tagging the wall a little bit. That's going to give the 88 of Beast a little bit of a run, but he's going to give that 20 a shot to the back tailgate as well. 38 of Bowling in a very familiar place.
38, 20, 88, your top 3 points leader with 5 wins and 10 starts, leading this stage with 14 laps to go. The 20 of Blitz sits right behind him with the 88 of TGM Beast, also in close pursuit. Pete, we saw that using the momentum to drive low out of 2 and out of 4 is a great way to pass. Expect the 20 of Blitz to use that option. The 88 of Beast is right up his tailpipes.
Now, Rick, we talked about one C word earlier. The other C word is complacent. You and I talked about that a while back in some of the old FFL races that we broadcast together. Do you think that might have been a little bit of complacency out of the 40, or do you think it just might be a little too tight getting into the corner after about 6 or 7 laps?
Pete, high risk, high reward, high line means you're up against the wall. And look at the 20 of Blitz. Watch the gap close to the 88. The exact same thing just happened to ECR Kool-Aid in the 40 truck. He got near the wall. He missed his mark, and on worn tires, the truck does not drive the same. So these drivers have to adapt to how the truck will behave entering the corner, letting off the gas. Everything changes with worn tires, and what happened to the 40 just happened to the 20. They missed their mark into 3, they scraped the wall, and you can see now how it's affecting the 20 with the 38 of Bowling pulling away.
Yeah, Bowling pulled away just a little bit, and I don't see where the 20 was really able to close in on that 38. Might be because of a little bit of front end damage or side damage, whichever he might have. As he dives it deep right here, can he hold it? Looks like he can, but because he ran that too deep and Bowling was able to hit a line, I'm going to guess that this 20 is starting to get just a little bit loose, and he's got a little bit of help on that backside. Here comes the 88 of the Beast again.
Pete, it looks like the 20 of Blitz just gave it a little too much. He blitzed up the inside and he forgot to protect the outside. And now look what's happening. Tires are worn from driving that truck too hard, too fast. He can't hold the outside like he used to, and now he's vulnerable. Sinking like a stone. He is now losing positions in the closing laps of stage number 1.
Yep, Biometrama, thank you very much for coming out. Always great to see you. Actually had a pretty long conversation last night with Vols. Definitely good to hear from him again, all the way from South Korea. Man's got a lot of plans for some pretty great things once he's able to get on Bowman. I'm excited for him. He'll be right back with American Ethanol and actually picked up a brand new community with 3 series for himself, just like right here with NNR. So I know he's got a lot of plans. Good to see you out there though. Working my way back up front now, Rick, and looks like sitting here in about P4 with the 51 of NNR Swats in that Beechcraft Cessna Toyota Tundra. He's got the 20 right behind him. 20's lost a few spots now.
That's just a product of the tires right there, Pete. 8 laps to go in this opening stage, and the 20 was fighting strong in the top 3. He's about to lose 4th, 5th, and 6th coming out of the second corner. That's Swats in the 51, that's NNR Chevy in the 3, and that's Cadillac in the 99, all about to, and they have overtaken the 20. Just look at that, Pete, right there. That right there is just the reason tires are going to win this race. Where the 20 was flying high in the opening laps of the stage, now he's all the way at the back.
Yeah, another thing that's going to really win this race is clean air. And I tell you what, right now, that 38 of Bowling, he is all but checked out. He's got the rest of the field right where he wants him. And man, I don't know. The 88 looks like, because he's got a little bit of help, they might be starting to reel that 38 in.
Just a bit, Pete. Now again, with the laps winding down, the 38 could have been trying just a little bit too hard to defend his position. So already we see who the big players are, and we see who's predicted the tire management early. 38, 88, 40 down the backstretch. Single file, nose to tail, Ford Chevrolet into turn 3.
Yeah, Ford Chevy. And you know what? One of the guys that I was I talked about keeping up with tonight to see exactly what's going on, fuel and all that, is Cowboy Matt, or NNR Cowboy, driving that 18 truck, that Safe Light truck, and his right front is screaming, but he's still got 7 laps of fuel. His right front's down to 12%. Another example of very necessary tire management.
Incredibly necessary tire management, Pete, and that is so crucial. Now you can see the 88 of Beast really applying the pressure to Bowling, and you can apply all the pressure you want to the Bowling. He just won't budge. You have to beat him on the track. However, he is human. He is beatable, and with the 88 of Beast and the 40 of Kool-Aid now applying that pressure, that 38 has to watch out.
Yeah, 38's gonna have to watch out. He's got the 40 right in the right up the back bumper, right up the trumpet, as you like to say, coming off of 3 and 4. But again, that clean air is that the 38's best friend right now.
Amazing that the 38 has been able to make the most of it so far. Now as he crosses the line, we've got just 3 laps to go. Ford Chevy out of 2. That BTS F-150 leading the Mold Armor Ford down the back, and you can bet Beast wants this stage win bad.
Oh yeah, 38, he's had plenty of stage wins. He's got plenty of wins. The 88 needs this. TGM Beast came into the series, I believe it was a couple weeks just after NNR kicked off this season. He wants max points. He wants to be able to get by that 38. He might just be waiting for the best time. He's followed him enough laps to see if the 38 has any kind of weakness, and he knows he's got a good buddy in the 40 right behind him. Going down the backstretch, 38 giving a little bit of space along that wall. Nobody ducking down just yet to signal that they're bidding.
Not just yet. We'll see who's going to try and make it all the way to the end, Pete. It's going to be a big move if they can, but this is preparation for stage number 3 as well. Drivers are going to see how long they can stretch their tires, because stage 3 is going to be approximately twice as long as stage 1 and stage 2 each. So this is a big important move for all of these drivers to see the limits of their trucks.
limits are something that they're testing the limit every time they go into turn one and turn three. Testing the limit of that right front and making sure that they don't put too much wheel in it. Testing the limit of that right rear, that they don't get back into the throttle too soon or come loose. Oh, thought about the 88 might have a bit of an attempt on that bottom line at coming to the line to close out stage number one. It's going to be that 38, the 88, and the 40. That's going to be your top three. Ladies and gents, pretty phenomenal finish right there to stage number one. Again, we're going to take just a quick little commercial break, and we will be right back as soon as this comes up. Here we go. Y'all want to know how to follow NNR? Oh, here you go one more time.
Hey NNR fans, don't miss any of the action by following or subscribing to Repeat's Twitch channel. Turn on notifications and you'll always know when the best preset league on Xbox hits the track. Check out his YouTube channel too to see all of NNR's past races. Follow No Name Racing as well as Repeat 1975 and others on Twitter, and you'll never miss any of the action.
All right, Rick, we are back at it. Looks like 38 is going to be able to retain the position he had. Beast is going to come out P2, 40 P3. So as they went into finish stage number one, here they are, starting stage number two.
37 laps in this opening stage. NNR Bowling leading the 40 of Kool-Aid. Now on the inside, 99 of Shadillac. Now on the inside, Chevy Ford. Out of turn number two, TGM Beast retains the third position. Single file, top three into the third corner.
Yeah, 99 of Shad really starting to turn it on. He got into that very, very early wreck and got a whole lot of damage. He probably didn't have enough time to repair going down pit road during those first couple of quick calls. But now that 48 all over the back of the 38, not going to try to give him any room so he cannot escape. Again, I think we're on that lowest draft setting tonight, so you can't let him go. You got to stay right with him the entire way.
Right with him the entire way, and we'll see how they do early on in this race. 38 has been leading the majority. Some contact between Shadillac and it looks like that 74 truck of Owen Cornet, who joined the race at the last minute. But look at this, one of the back markers in the points now challenging for third. Good on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Owen Cornet, member of the United States military, always tries to make it into the Tuesday night race right after final formation. Now 74 up towards the wall. 99 had a head of steam coming off the high side, but I don't think he's going to be able to clear that 74 unless he attempts a slide job. Got a little bit of gap. Can he actually pull it off? Yes, he does, but the 74 should have been back in the throttle just a little bit earlier. No such luck. 74 is going to lose that spot. Good job, 99.
74 loses the crossover attempt. He tucks in behind the 99 of Shadillac, and here comes the 20 of Blitz, now looking for position on truck 74, who finds himself in position number 4. Blitz in the 20. Did he learn his lesson about tire wear? We'll see how hard he chooses to drive that truck. 38 still leads the 40.
Yeah, next time either Cowboy Matt or one of these other drivers that are helping us out tonight come across the start stripe, we'll go ahead and grab your lap count so you also know what we've got left for tonight. Definitely see quite a few people watching Matt's stream to keep up with things. It looks like, Rick, we got triple or double threes in the air. 33 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Patrick Ewing on the board, 74 out of that second corner single file as they come out of 2. Pete, 10:07 Eastern, and so far no lags in the server. The bump has stayed away so far, coming to 32 laps remaining. The 38 of Bowling leads the 40 of Kool-Aid across the line.
Yeah, the issues that y'all had last night were very real, not only with the league that you were broadcasting for, but elsewhere as well. They had to restart several times. I'm hoping that we can get away. You know, I know Shadillac, Swats has some pretty good internet, just like Coey when he hosts the race on Thursday night. It seems to help just a little bit during the FFL tournament. Anytime Coey or NNR was part of it, Coey would host it, was able to hold on just a little bit. Hopefully that's going to be the way of things tonight. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see indeed. The 38 of Bowling, a minor lapse in judgment out of that second corner, Pete. He scraped the wall and lost about 3 positions. Now finds himself in the 4th position behind the 74 truck of Owen Cornett. Now Bowling looking to the inside of the 74. New leader is truck number 40, ECR Kool-Aid, now at the front in that Plan B Motorsports Silverado.
Yeah, 40's been at the front before, but it was short-lived. That's where we were talking about that other C word a little bit earlier, complacency. Let's see if that was the case, and if it was, if he kind of said, you know what, I can't exactly do that. Whether I'm running, whether you call it the Dale Jr. line, the Kyle Larson line, whichever line it is, it can be treacherous. It's not like Heat 3 or Heat 4 was, where if you hit that wall, it grabs you, kills everything that you had, and you just got to pull on down and let people go. This wall actually, you bounce off of just a little bit, so it's not as detrimental to your run as it used to be, but either way, it's also damage to the truck that you have to fix going down pit road, and with a field as stacked as NNR's fields are, you cannot afford any extra time when you're going down pit road.
Every lap is crucial here. Look at the 40. ECR Kool-Aid sends it into the wall. Now again, that's 2 stages in a row. The 99 of Shadilak now to the inside. Here comes that 74 truck of Owen Cornett. He sits 19th out of 20 trucks in points, Pete. It would be a sensational points day if he could rack up even a top 10, let alone a top 3. New leader at the front, the 99 of Shadilak.
Yeah, 99 Shadilak again. He got caught up in a very, very early wreck on it. I think it was like lap 10 or something like that, and was able to get everything pretty much squared away on this this Carolina Nut Ford F-150. Looking back from his hood view, everybody pretty much migrated up to the top side, except when they're coming off the corner. Able to pull all the way down across, very, very close to the grass, let him merge back up to that high side, just burp the throttle, get back on it. Doesn't look like he's loose at all or tight. He actually looks like this 9 truck is very, very neutral. We'll have to see what it's like on the long run, but yeah, 99's in the wind.
Pete, 2004, it was the 99 Super Chips F-150 of Carl Edwards for Jack Roush Racing that won here at Kansas in their 250 miler. Right now, it's the Carolina Nut 99 of Shadilak who's this race in stage number 2 for the first time. 26 laps to go in this second stage. Does the 99 have the same tire strategy that the 38 and the 40 all have as well? Is the 74 thinking the same? Pete, still so many variables. 25 to go at the line in stage 2.
Well, I tell you what, I was watching the 40 going into 3 and 4 right there, and he really was able to kind of man, it was like going from the high side down towards the middle line and pulled very, very close to the back bumper of the 99, but wasn't quite able to carry the momentum. Now a little bit of a challenge here between Owen Cornett and the 38 of Bowling. Bowling back here in P4. A little bit of a challenge now from behind for P5.
The 88 truck of P5 cautions out on the racetrack. Pete, caution is out with 24 coming to the line now. 24 laps to go at the line. So these drivers are actually going to be good on fuel to the end of the stage if they pit and get a full tank of gas. Tires, however, Pete, will not last 24 laps to the distance. So we'll have to see once again who's going to be patient, consistent, and complacent in this final lap.
Man, yeah, you just hit a whole lot right there. Well, to state exactly what you just did about the amount of laps and what they've got left in the tank and the tires, there's 25 to go. When they were pitting, it was 24. They get 24 in the tank. So it's going to be very, very close on the fuel. But like we saw earlier with Cowboy, unless you're extremely smooth getting into that corner, you're scrubbing some speed off that right front, and you're gonna have you're definitely gonna have an issue. Match Killer out there saying he needs a little competition, as DW would say. Well, I think right now competition is just between whoever can carry the momentum off the high side. Looks like 74 is able to push that 99 back to the front. Here comes the 40. Here comes the 38. 38 made up 1 spot since the pit.
Shout out to the winner of the 1989 Daytona 500 and the greatest icky shuffle I've ever seen in Victory Lane, Darrell Waltrip. Co-opetition is another special C word that we can talk about tonight. You need your friends out here at Kansas, Pete. With 20 laps to go, you need to know who's not going to pass you on the inside and who will at what time. Right now, the 74 is determined to pass everybody, while the 99, 40, and 38 are content to run the rim on the outside.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the driver of 74 is a United States Marine, if I'm not mistaken. So you can absolutely bet your bottom dollar he is completely gung-ho. He's got all the confidence in the world to make it to the front. We'll have to see if he's actually able to get it up there and keep it there. He's shown to have speed and be able to keep up with leaders.
So far, so good. That 74 is doing well, but now it looks like he gets out of the way. And welcome the Clearwater assassin, Boss Gio, all the way from Nassau, Bahamas, in that 00 truck. He is now in the top 5 for the first time today, and he finds himself high in the points for a rookie. 11th right now with 7 starts. He's nailed 4 top 10s and 1 top 5. So far, it's uncanny what this rookie has done. On the fringe of the playoffs so far, but showing a good job so far at Kansas.
Oh, yeah, not bad at all. It's funny, I actually went to the NNR website earlier, which I'll go ahead and put that link up on in the chat here in just a moment, to see what the points were looking like and all that, whether it's going to be day race, night race, or whatever. And you can actually see a map of where people have gone to NNRLeague.com and where they've signed in from. And one of them was actually from Nassau, Bahamas. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And you look a little bit closer to his pinpoint, it's kind of like right in the middle of the bay. It kind of made me think, does Bossy Gio race from a houseboat? Or is he just that close to the shoreline? But, yeah, it's pretty cool for that double up.
Some say that Bossy Gio is a literal shark with opposable thumbs that races NASCAR Heat 5. Others say he's the next big thing to come out of the NNR trucks. But for now, we have a new leader. The 88 of TGM Beast now finds himself at the point in that Mold Armor F-150. 4th in points right now with 0 wins, but oh my goodness, did you see that? Look at the move on the outside, Pete. Now the 99 of Shadowlack back to the front. Look at this challenge.
Yeah, I tell you what, 99 Shadowlack was able to get on by the 88, but nobody's going to be able to hold off that 38 with a full head of steam. Here comes the 99 again. He's going to dive it in. 88's going to be able to, just enough room. I think quick check for the brake and was able to dive it on down. 99's not going to have enough throttle to go ahead and pull on back by the 38. Great move by the one and only NNR Bowling.
That's why he's won 50% of his races this year, Pete. Moves like that, biding his time, and when the calculated risk favors the move, he gives it the full send and finds himself at the front. Unbelievable pass for the lead in the closing laps of Stage 2.
Absolutely. 38 now, again, just like I said earlier, very, very comfortable with the spot that he's in, but does not want to be too comfortable. We've seen people, 99 up into the wall, a little bit of a bump there from the 88. Now the 40's into the backside of the 99. Shadowlack's got to be a little I would say a little PO'd out there in Discord if we could actually talk to him. Maybe under the next caution or next stage break, we'll pull one of these guys and kind of get a feel of the track and what they're having to race up against. But Rick, with all that just happened, the 99 bottled up the field. 38's almost gone.
Bowling gone once again, and as the first stage was, the second stage is now. The laps closing and Bowling just given a little bit of fortune, and look what he's done with it. Great run so far, but the stage isn't over yet. Shadowlack and Kool-Aid now battling tooth and nail for second place. There's a dozen laps left in Stage 2.
Yeah, getting ready to shut this down. Again, I'm putting the link to NNLeague.com out there so all y'all can go on out, go on over, take a look at it. Look up your favorite driver. Look up your own stats if you're out there. I see Commando Griff, Combat Beast, Master Killer, and several others. Go on over, over, take a look if you haven't recently. Cody's took the last week off to update everything, and he's updated the video vault and a whole lot of other things. Go on over, take a look. But right now, 38, he's checked out. 99 is Shadowlack. He's able to regain P number 2, 40 right behind him. 88 of Beast, who was your leader just 3 laps ago, finds himself now in P4 with the 20 right behind him.
Beast still in the hunt, but now coming to 10 laps to go. The 38 is now being pursued by the 99 of Shadowlack. Shadowlack in that F-150 finds himself second in points with no wins yet, and you can believe he wants to get the monkey off his back. But it's a big task to challenge Bowling at the front of this race. So far, he's got Kool-Aid trying to take second.
Yep, pulling right back up to those guys right now and see if we can see exactly all that's going on. Bossy Gio has lost quite a few spots. Bowling off of turn 4 all the way down closest to the grass as possible. And as you see, everything that he does, the guys right behind him do as well. Monkey see, monkey do. 88, but 99 looks like he might have been a little bit of the wall. I think 38 of Bowling might figure he's got enough of a lead. No need to put it up against that wall and possibly have an issue. Top 5, top 7 now. A little bit of separation between all. Pack's pretty spread out now, Rick James.
Pete, in 2007, Eric Darnell, driving the number 99 truck for Jack Roush, came home first in this very race. And with 8 laps left in stage 2, a winless Shadowlack is doing everything he needs to do to put himself in contention. Top 3 starting to pull away. Now look at the 38 of Bowling, the way he darts down to the inside. Is this the signal for green flag stops?
I would imagine so, because that was pretty abrupt, although the 40 of Kool-Aid just kind of tagged that wall. I think maybe Bowling got a little loose right there rather than actually anything else. And, okay, I thought for maybe a second that the caution was coming out. 40 lost all kinds of speed, just lost 3 positions. 99 now out front, 38 P2, 20 in P3.
It'll be 6 laps to go next time by, and at this stage, Pete, if they haven't come in now, they just might not come in at all, but definitely expect to see those stops in stage number 3. Shadowlack into the 99, just ahead of the 38 of Bowling, and the 99, it's his stage to lose with 6 laps left. Less than 9 miles, Pete.
Yeah, very, man, it's close. I talked about Cowboy earlier. Well, his tire light just came on. Like you mentioned, closing in on the laps. He's got 19% on that right front. Tire preservation will be the name of the game in these closing laps, as they are 3 and 4 wide coming off 4.
Pete, I'm looking at this battle, and it's unbelievable that they haven't wrecked, but you could certainly say the storm is brewing with 5 laps left in the second stage. The 74 on the high side trying to stay off of the 18 of Cowboy as they cross that line. The 20 of Blitz hunting down the 88 of Beast with the 40 of Kool-Aid in tow. Lots of big players in this pack, and if they're not careful, Pete, they're going to bring out a yellow.
Yeah, they're going to bring out a yellow, and I mean, there's some people that would absolutely welcome it, even though the end of the stage is coming. There is no, there's no doubt everybody would come on down and maybe give them a chance to stay out at the end of stage 2 when we kick off the longest stage here in the trucks. We're getting further and further into this race here from Kansas for the NNR Truck Series. It's far from over though.
Pete, the 16 of Classics do with a little bit of a lag spike out of the second corner, but so far no other activity from any other drivers. 99, 38, 88, your top 3, and that gaggle of trucks behind them has now gotten into a single file line, but it's far too little, far too late to affect what the leaders do at this stage. Now across the line, Pete, there's just 3 laps left, and the 99 of Shadowlack is opening a gap.
Yeah, 99 Shadowlight continuing to pull away. Guys out there in chat, please keep the language friendly. You're not going to stick around if you don't. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, though. But somebody out there didn't like the 74, and, well, 74 is part of NNR's family to me, especially since the guy's in service. But you need to be respectful. But let's keep this going. I don't think the 38 is going to have anything for that 99 unless something happens with the 99, and we've got to, again, tires. Cowboys got 1% as he's coming off of 1 and 2. I don't think he's going to be able to make that into the pit. I think that's going to pop before he even gets close to the commitment code.
Pete, that 18 truck is now nursing that right front tire and hoping it doesn't bring out a yellow, and before the white flag, this could be the moment that ruins everything for the 38 and the 99. The 18 will not make it, Pete. He does not come down pit road, and now he crosses the line. We're on the final lap in this stage. Will he even survive without going a lap down? Huge implications. He'll survive, it looks like. I don't want to be too extreme, but a big gamble that could have failed in a massive way. 99 leads, 38 challenging for first out of 3.
Yeah, 38 doesn't look like he's going to have enough. 99 is going to come on down and take max stage points from the 38. You know what? Let's go on over and see if we can't catch a word with the driver of that 99, old Cadillac. We're going to see if we can't pull him into the booth here right quick. And let's see. All right, we should have him here with us, driver of that Carolina Nut 99 F-150. Cadillac, buddy, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Shad, one hell of a stage, buddy. You suffered a little bit of damage very early in the race, but you came on very strong in stage number 2. Do you think you're going to have something for this 38 here in stage 3?
Yeah, I got a couple. Half trucks. I think I'm a little better.
Shad, you're breaking up, and I don't want to be the cause that you can't communicate with everybody else, so we're going to go ahead and put you on back. Thank you for your time, sir. All right, big thank you to the 99 of Cadillac for a quick word. A little bit of communication issue there right there, but he's going to be able to pick right where he left off here, Rick. 88 to the outside, 99 to control truck.
84 laps in this third stage, Pete, so not quite double the amount that we had in the... Actually, no, Pete, it's right near to it, but I think just a little bit more. There were 37 laps in that second stage, so we're certainly going to have pit stops aplenty. And look at this already, big wreck into 3.
Yeah, a whole lot of trucks going around. I'm not quite sure what caused that. If somebody got a little happy along that outside wall, or what that was. But yeah, caution's out for the first time here in stage number 3. We're going to take another quick commercial break. We will be right back. All right, so yeah, everybody, one more time, thank you very much if you subscribe to the channel. Rick James, stage number 3, getting a pretty good, kind of rough start. A lot of guys are going to have to fix a little bit of damage.
That's going to send some guys to the back, but we're going to see some trucks coming up that haven't been to the front. So it's going to be some good diversity up towards the front. It's going to be a really fun way to get this stage officially underway. I can't wait to see some of these back markers shake it up.
Welcome back, everybody. Definitely big thank you again to everybody out there. Smash that follow, hit that subscribe button. If you have a Twitch account and you have Amazon Prime, please merge the two. It gives you one free subscription to a channel of your choosing every single month. Obviously, be glad if you'd put it right here. You get all kinds of free additional content as far as games and downloads and things like that. Plus, you help out your favorite streamer, so please bring it on back here. Rick, 3 wide for P2.
3 wide for P2. Now that 52 truck at the point, and already some trucks losing their sort, but no one's wrecked so far at the point for the first time tonight. Mike T, 24, in truck number 52, leading this race and hanging on to it, but now look at Bowling on the outside in that 38. Drag race to the line. Bowling will just edge out the 52, headed into 1.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the 52 of Mike T brought it down instead of keeping it up on that high side. Maybe it's just not as comfortable running that wall as some of the others, or maybe he just doesn't have that setup. Maybe he doesn't want to get up there and have to really scrub anything off of those that right front tire. As you see, the 3 with a daring attempt on P number 2, but it looks like it looks like he's actually going to be able to hold it. 3 was not able to complete it all the way through.
Not at all. The 52 of Mike T still holding on. He's got Chevy Country Boy in the 2 to his outside. 3 slams the wall. 20's into him. Trucks into the wall. There's the 99 of Shadowlac. 3's gone around. 4, 5, 6 trucks involved, and they're stacking up at a 2.
Yeah, I would imagine that there's going to bring out the caution one more time, but it looks like everybody right now is still full throttle. Yeah, keeping up with the 52 Mike T, as we just saw that 88 Menards Silverado go on by. First through fifth. Quite a little bit of a gap. Second, third, and fourth, right nose to tail.
At the front so far, no change, but it looks like a annual caution has come out now as the trucks slow down and go to the inside line. Chevy Country Boy in the number 2 truck now in second place, and that looks like right behind him in truck number 33, Haskell the Rascal. 2 trucks that we have yet to see in the top 3. So good for them. A little bit of screen time for these guys.
Yeah, manual caution now called by your series admin, or then with the help of Bowling, and SWAT's decided, you know what, he saw all those trucks go around, all the damage that they had. Looks like pit road. I'm not sure if pit road's going to be open or closed this time. Few people, moving in and out, not quite sure what they were going to do or what the option was. Might have been a late call by the admin, or these guys just misunderstood, or it could just be that the 74 had some damage he wanted to get fixed up. But either way, 38 and the 2 gonna be up front. We'll have to see if they come on down pit road this time, Rick.
With tires being at a premium, I would be surprised if any of these trucks didn't come down pit road. I would say the cutoff for some of these trucks is probably going to be about 10 laps to go. Inside 10. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I would have to absolutely agree. Tires mean way too much. Next time one of our 3 streamers that we've got, man, we feel completely lucky to have 3 people to help us out tonight. But next time Cowboy or Chevy or SWAT's come up by the start stripe, we'll go ahead and grab a lap count. Looks like 76 laps remaining in stage 3, the longest of the 3.
76 laps to go. The 33 of Haskell, the Rascal, coming down pit road, and just about everybody else, Pete, as predicted, not a soul decided to stay out. Well, it looks like the 23 of More Than a Cape possibly getting a lap back. I'm not entirely sure, or if Cape is indeed staying out, but every other truck. Oh no, the 2 of Chevy Country Boy, and look at this, the 38 of NNR Bowling also staying out. Bold move. The 00 of Bossy Geo, very slow on the front stretch, Pete. We'll have to see where they sort out.
Yeah, I would imagine SWATs would have to ask, who's the first truck on the lead lap, or I'm sorry, first truck 1 lap down. Go ahead and you're the lucky dog, which means they would have to wave off the restart next time by, even if the field was able to catch up to the 38 and the 2. They gotta be able to allow for that, as well as any free pass cars. Although, Rick, because the 38 and the 2 stayed out, there would be no free pass.
No free pass at all, so we'll see where they end up. Drivers now out of pit road and starting to form up, so we should be going green next time by. 38 leading the 2 of Chevy Country Boy on the outside. Pete, 3 times in the history of this truck race at Kansas has the truck starting in position number 1 ended up finishing in position number 1. In 2008, it was Ron Hornaday. In 2014, it was Kyle Busch, and in 2018, Noah Gragson ended up getting the win from the point. So we'll see if NNR Bowling can join that club and get his 6th win in 11 NNR truck starts.
Yeah, I think for sure the 38. I mean, the 38 has definitely proven himself to be, to be Xfinity ready. I think after this season, he's gonna go on up. I talked about in the beginning of the season that Bowling wanted to do it right, kind of like the old ABC way, right? Arca, Busch, and Cup. That's the way that the drivers used to move on. Now Bowling wants to do it that way as well. He wants to get a truck title, then he wants to go to Xfinity, vie for an Xfinity title. But Cup is going to be an issue for him because of another Thursday, thing that he's got going on. His name's not Bowling for no reason, as he pointed out to me last night, the young man actually does bowl on Thursday nights. So it might be a while before he gets to the elite level here in NNR. But right now, he's definitely proven that this season so far belongs to him.
It belongs to him. They get going one more time. The 38 of Bowling now to the inside of Chevy Country Boy, and they start to stretch out long ways into turn number 1. 38 making good use of that inside line with the 88 of TGM Beast behind him. One element that we haven't mentioned, Pete, is that yellow line. How trucks can get tires on that yellow line, and in the blink of an eye, the truck snaps loose. The 2 of Chevy Country Boy gets in the wall, and that's all she wrote for his top 5 experience. He is sinking like a stone. 38. 88 out of turn number 4, the 16 in 3rd place.
Yeah, the 2, I don't know if it's just the tires. Maybe he thought they were going to stick a little bit better than they did, or he just didn't quite have a beat on where he needed to let up and then get back on the gas on that opening lap. That's the first time that they actually had a rolling start versus the game kicking them off going into turns 1 and 2. Bowling, he's got a couple guys right behind him, but behind him, looking at the 98 of Pop Bear sitting right now in P number 6. Pretty good ride so far for this 98. 52 down low, challenge for P6.
Pete, the 16 of Classic Stu, was holding his own and even challenging for 2nd place out of turn number 4, but now he's lost that momentum, scraping the wall in turn number 1. Look at the run he gets out of 2 and struggling to hang on to that truck. He's now on the high side, almost 3 wide for position and all over the place. 88 now challenging for 1st.
Yeah, 88 all over the back bumper, the 38 pushing him, literally pushing him all the way through and past the start stripe. Again, the last lap count we had was right around the mid-70s. Got to be starting off pretty close now to the high 60s. Bowling got to hope that he's going to have what it takes to beat all these guys, not only on the track, but getting on and off pit road. Rick, we've had one long green flag pit stop, and that was, one long green flag run, rather, and that's what brought an end to stage number 2. Some made it on tires, some didn't. All were able to make it on fuel. But tires, very important.
The 16 of Classics 2 either did not pit or is neglecting all those mechanics because he continues to get into the wall, and he's even been rear-ended by a couple of trucks, almost trying to force the 3 wide issue out of 2. He's loose out of the 2nd corner one more time and sliding all the way to the back. Meanwhile, at the front, 38 leads, but the 88 of TGM Beast gives no rest. And look at this contact from the 88. He squeezes Beast into the wall in 3. A little bit of damage to that F-150, and now Toyota Ford, your top 3 in the 3rd stage.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Safe Light 18 truck really put the pressure on the 88, and a little bit of door music there as well. We'll have to see what happens if this 88 gets back up to that Safe Light. 18 may not feel so safe.
Safe Light repair, Safe Light replace, but nothing is going to replace those hurt feelings into that 3rd corner, and there you see a little bit of love back to the 18, but it doesn't do much. The 88 of Beast now has to follow and wait for his moment. Krabby Soup in the 24, now into the top 5 for the first time today. Krabby finds himself 8th in points with 2 top 5s and 8 top 10s in these 10 starts. So he's back where he belongs, but mistakes like that, Pete, scraping the wall in turn 2 and now low out of the corner, those aren't going to win him any favors in the points table.
No, not at all, but I tell you what, Rick, I've been keeping an eye on this 88 and this 18. 88 is all over the back bumper, and he's actually helping him. He's helping him close in on a 38, and if they can time that perfectly, even if they don't mean to, he might be able to put 18 to the front, and then, what was coming as might have been a little bit of payback is actually going to be a big old thank you. Here it is, challenge for the lead. Nope, fell back.
Challenge for the lead, but just not enough momentum. Now here comes the 40 of ECR Kool-Aid up the inside. What can he do in this one? He finds himself 16th in points, Kool-Aid, but so far he's only had 2 starts this year, but he's got 2 top 5s in those 2 starts. So he's proven that he can get the job done, and he will contend for this lead. Pete, when you're the 38 of Bowling and you've won 50% of the races this season, it's you versus everybody. What can these trucks put together to get around him?
And right now there's 5 or 6 trucks behind The only guy that was stuck down on the low side was at 18. Now he's got the 3 of Chevy behind him, 51 of Swats up high, 52 behind. But if all 4 or 5 of these guys can pull up alongside that 38 or maybe trick him out, the draft will help. Even though it's a low draft, it will be able to push them on by. If they can get that train going, whether up high or down low, they'll be able to get past that 38 of bowling. You can't hold it all up.
63 laps to go. The next time they cross the line, Ford, Chevrolet, Ford, Toyota, your top 4. That 16 truck now coming back into the fray, and we've got that 51 now in the mix as well. NNR Swats, that second Toyota behind the 16. Pete, it's getting dicey up at the front.
Absolutely. Big welcome to Ellie 1102, the one and only missus, to our buddy Vols out there in chat. Ellie, thank you very much for coming out. Absolutely appreciate you. We appreciate your husband here as well. I know while he serves his time overseas, you're missing him more than we do. But man, thank you very much for the nights that you lend him to us. Absolutely appreciate you, and thank you very much for sticking by your shoulder.
Pete now coming across the line. The 38 leads this race with 62 laps to go, and they're starting to get tight up at the front. A big hello to Mrs. Vols and a big hello to our buddy Vols fan 88. We miss you, pal. Can't wait to have you. Thank you. Glad to have you here as well, Vols. A great friend, not only to myself and Pete, but to the whole race community. We miss him dearly. And in our Chevy on the high side, Pete scraping that wall. He's had a rough stage 3, and he's sinking like a stone. Cowboy gets around him in the 18.
Yeah, Cowboy's able to get around 38, still holding up 40-40, gets a little bit better of a run from the center off. And now he's got that 88 that's also been up high, and he's contended and also led a few laps as well. This 40 seems, Rick, like he's able to get kicked back a little bit, but then fight his way back forward again. That 40's got a little bit better of a truck than what we've seen so far. He's bounced it off the wall once or twice. I think if that 40 makes it to the point again, he's learned whatever he needed to learn about that Silverado. Look out if he makes it up to the front again. He's got that clean air all over the nose.
We'll see what happens. The 3 of NNR Chevy making a comeback. You see the 88 of TGM Beast getting loose out of the corner, but trying to hang on to that hot rod. Pete, this is the second longest green flag run we've had so far, so the tires are now starting to wear. Drivers like Swats in the 51 have been minding their tires all stage long. So we'll see where the tire savers are versus those guys that burned up their rubber in these opening laps.
I tell you what, where the tire savers are, we might actually be looking at one, watching with one right now, as it just tags a little bit of the wall in this 51 Cessna Toyota Tundra. NNR SWAT slowly but surely has worked his way up, and now sitting P3 right behind that niche truck. As it looks like we might have had a little bit of a challenge there for the lead. Did not have quite the run he thought. 88 now all over the back of this Cessna Toyota.
TGM Beast, he's got 9 top 10s in 10 starts this year, but now the 18 of NNR Cowboy gets in front of him. Cowboy 9th in points, Swats in the 51, 10th in points, both right on the fringe of the top 12 playoff positions, so they need a good points day. However, there's still a lot of race left, Pete. It looks like that 18 is being a little aggressive, just a bit too early.
Yeah, 18 a little aggressive, sent the 3 of NNR Chevy into the grass just a little bit. Good job by the 3 to be able to hold on to that and not keep it going on the grass to where he would have lost complete control. Congratulations, Chevy, one hell of a job. I'd say, if it wasn't, it wasn't exactly a pass in the grass, but definitely way to hold on to that thing.
Pete, green flag pit stops are underway. The 2 of Chevy Country Boys now come down pit road while we have a challenge for the lead. The 2 is now out of pit road, and you see a couple more trucks decide to dive down. 38 now down. That's the 38, Pete. Excuse me, the leader, NNR Bowling, who's come down pit road, and now this is how you can overtake a driver without having to pass him on the racetrack. Your outlaps must be faster than their outlaps. It's called using the delta to overtake a driver.
But I'll tell you what, a lot of these guys have also invested in their Heat 5 or their NNR experience, whatever you want to say. But they've got those wheels, they've got those shifters. Some of these guys will have a very big advantage coming up through the gears, getting to that high side, building the speed, building momentum right off the bat. We'll have to see who's going to be able to come out where rather. 38 should be able to gap the 51 and others right off the bat because he was first on pit road. He's going to have those fresher tires sooner.
He's going to have fresher tires sooner, Pete, but that means he has to conserve them for longer if he wants to be competitive. With other trucks still out on the racetrack, most of them deciding to come down pit road, he needs to get temperature in his tires. He needs to make sure that he uses the wear effectively. It's 54 laps to go, Pete. So if it goes green to the end, it's going to be at least 2, possibly 3 more pit stops just for tires alone. So the wear is going to be important. Every pit stop is an opportunity to speed on pit road.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, when they all went down pit road the last time, we kind of noted that they were getting 24 laps on a tank of fuel. Tires, not so much. They cut short by about 2 or 3 laps. So whoever plays this strategy the best to where their fuel window opens up the first and they can make it on tires, that's going to be your winner. It may not be the 38. He was first to come down pit road, but he was also the first one to really try to hold off every challenger that came into his back pocket. Man, it's I think that just opened up the door for quite a few, including the 40, including the 74, including the 51, and a couple others. It's going to be interesting to see who this plays out for.
Interesting to see who can stretch it the furthest. The 40 of ECR Kool-Aid was your leader, but now 10th in points. NNR Swats is your leader, but you see he dives all those tires under the white line, and he now will be coming down pit road next time by. So we'll have to see who gets the lead after him. Coming to the big 5-0, 50 laps to go. The 51 now down pit road. He gets it woed up in time. We'll see who inherits the lead after him.
It looks like the leader after him, I think I just caught up with, it's going to be the 52 of Mike T24, I believe. Yep, judging by Cowboys stream, we'll have to see. Yep, here he is, diving down below the white line, indicating that he will be coming into pit road this time. Check up very, very quick and get back on the throttle. That way he doesn't lose too much time making his entrance into pit road. Looks like under brake he might be a little tight, trying to woe it up. He's going to be the next one to go on down, grab 4, grab fuel, grab fire, and get out.
The 38 of NNR Bowling just overtook the 52 as he came down pit road. More importantly, Pete, the 88 of TGM Beast also coming down pit road, stretching his tires further than that of his closest rival, the leader. It'll be 50 laps to go next time by, and this will be a crucial delta to see if the 38 can do any better than what his opponents have laid out for him. 3 times in the Camping World Truck Series, truck number 88 has won this race. So far, he's about to lose first place to the 38 of Bowling, who's now crossed the line and will overtake him on the exit of pit road.
Yep, as the 88, as you can see right now, leaving his pit stall. 38 just now coming across that start stripe. He will easily lose that lead. 38 is going to be able to pull on up and pull ahead way further than the 88. I think the 88 might have waited just a little bit too long. Or, Rick, he's playing that tire strategy. As you said, 38 first to go down. 38 is going to be the first to come back because the tires are going to go away.
38 is going to be the first to come back, as you said it, Pete, and that's the trade-off. Where your tires begin to wear, your lap times are slower, so you've either got to judge it or do the precise math to find out how you can get the most speed out of worn tires without sacrificing time on the track. 49 laps to go, and that 40 truck of ECR Kool-Aid sits in second place, a great distance behind the leader. He scrapes the wall in 3, and now the lead has been opened up like a 6-pack all over this racetrack.
Yeah, when they came down pit road, and they were pretty quick, or I'm sorry, pretty close, I should say. It was the 38 in the lead, 40 right behind him, and then the 51 of Swats was in P number 3. Behind them was just a pack of trucks no real standout that I can recall right now. But first through third, very, very spread apart.
Spread apart indeed. Going through this field, looking at trucks like the 99 of Cadillac, the 16 of Classic Stu, who sits in the third position, and the 3 of NNR Chevy. Right now, they have the time, while they're single file, to enjoy these fresh tires and catch up without having to worry about close racing and getting their truck wrecked. Most of these drivers, Pete, have that space to themselves, so this is the moment where the smoothest driving is going to be the most successful.
Yeah, I mean, smooth has been kind of the name of the game all night long, especially when you're running this close to that outside wall. You really got to keep it off the wall, but you got to be up there in order to maintain max speed. It's kind of a double-edged sword. If you overrun the corner, you're in the wall. If you don't run the line just right, you're getting past, or you got a bunch of cars that are making up time on you. This track calls for you to be aggressive, not only on the track but getting down pit road as well. It's you gotta have nerves of steel in order to do what a lot of these guys are doing tonight.
Riding the rim on the outside, as we mentioned earlier, Pete, high risk, high reward. Nerves of steel are not the only thing that you've got to have with these trucks, but you've got to be able to be smooth enough that you're not losing speed on that high side. And that's what the 38 of NNR Bowling can accomplish. Drivers like the 40 of ECR Kool-Aid, by my count tonight, have scraped that wall 3 times, and it's been enough to almost take him out of contention. However, the gap is starting to close. The 38 could be on an extreme conservation strategy, given that the 40 and the 88 pitted so much later than Bowling.
You know, Rick, I'm almost tempted to break into the radio and see if we can grab a quick word with the 38, but this guy looks like he is so smooth and concentrating on his line. It looks like he's getting the left side tires just below the broken white line, and the right side's obviously on the right side of it. So he's really smooth and keeping it calm, not pressing the wall, not going too far down in order to maintain momentum. He's really doing a great job.
A sensational job so far. Now, as he crosses the line, he's got a lead of a few seconds over the 40, and next time by, it'll be 42 laps remaining. These drivers have had plenty of time to get wear into their tires, and drivers like NNR Cowboy already less than 50% wear on that right front. So expect pit stops within the next 7 to 8 laps. The 99 of Cadillac now overtaking Cowboy for 6th place. Heavy contact into 3 from some of these drivers, Pete, and you can already see that with the argy-bargy, with the pushing, and with the damage some of these trucks have, like the 99 of Cadillac, goodness me, he is caved in on the right side there. The tires just make for more dangerous driving.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to worry about the damage that you've got, whether it's going to cause that truck to run tight, and then if the truck is running tight, you're having to put more wheel into it. Putting more wheel in it causes more wear on the right front, and then also on the right rear, because you're having to use that tire to get that truck to turn. So it's an all-over bad scenario. And if this damage to this 99 is as true as it looks, and that it's not lag damage from pulling into his pit stop, he is having one hell of a fight with this Carolina Nut Ford F-150.
It's a tough race for Cadillac so far, but he's doing his best to hang on to that truck, as are many other drivers. The 3 of NNR Chevy just scraped the wall, and Classic Stu in the 16 will now make up the gap. The 20 of Blitz going to be our first and only DNF of the race so far. There's the 88 of Beast trying the low line out of 4, and Pete, drivers are getting desperate for grip and for the fast times to stay competitive.
Yeah, I just saw the 23 and more than a cape dip on down. Not quite sure. Yep, looks like he's going to come on down pit road. He's actually got a truck right in front of him as well. So could the next round of green flag pit stop, starting to kick off?
That could indeed be the case, Pete. The 98 of Papa Bear behind the 33 of Haskell the Rascal. Here comes the 88 of No, there doesn't go the 88 of TGM Beast. He's just... forgive me, with all due respect, he's just that slow on the inside line where the 88 was passing him up so quickly. Not sure what's going on with Beast, but he is dropping to the back in a big hurry. The 2 of Chevy Country Boy also down pit road, Pete, and no, there he is. Now he's down and away.
All right, so two down and away. We were just talking about the 88 of TGM Beast. He still has the 98 of Papa Bear to his outside. All this going on behind the 33 of Haskell the Rascal. So he's got two yellow trucks right behind, one Ford, one Chevy, both painted gray in the front, different drivers, different styles, different speeds. We'll have to see who's going to be able to maintain. But man, yeah, like you mentioned, Blitz was the first one to lag out. He actually checked into the stream just a little bit ago. Said he went down pit road and it kicked him again, unfortunately. So man, well, hopefully this isn't going to be. It's not going to be the start of things. But Rick, one thing that we are past that big bump. Fingers, eyes, legs, nose, finger, everything that you can cross. We need to cross it that we can continue with a pretty good lobby so far.
36 laps to go as the 38 of NNR Bowling crosses the line. Pit stops now coming within the next 7 laps or less. For most of these drivers, it's going to be in the next few laps. And now here comes Shadilak in the 99 with that caved-in right side on that Carolina Nut F-150. We'll see if this will be his second-to-last stop. The drivers certainly cannot make it on fuel or tires from here, and it still could be a two-stopper due to the tires, Pete. They just wear at such a high rate. As always, two things could really throw a wrench into all of this. Any driver caught speeding down pit road, or the great equalizer, the caution flag.
Oh, 23 to Cape really came down across the right nose of the 18 of Cowboy. Cowboy able to hold on to it. Cape out there with those fresh tires. I'm sure he came up on that 18 like he was Superman, and just maybe the closing rate was too much. But either way, great job by the 18 to avoid that and avoid causing a caution. Back up behind this Cessna 99, got the 3 of Chevy and the 2 right behind him. And then I think that's gonna be the 74 of Owen Cornett running as part of this 4-pack.
That 74 now catching up behind that 3 truck coming out of that second corner. 51 ahead of the 3, ahead of the 74, the 2 of Chevy Country Boy to the inside, and just no speed on that inside line. Now the leader is down pit road, Pete. The 38 of NNR Bowling has come down, so the 40 of ECR Kool-Aid, who's the leader, now comes down pit road, and he spun it, Pete, trying to come down pit road. He goes head first into the wall, and it looks like he came at an extremely high rate of speed. He might have even sped. That could be it for the 40 if the yellow doesn't save him. 33 to go.
Yep, you just said it, 33 to go. A little bit of contact between the 52 and the 23 of More Than a Cape. Again, got to say a very, very big thank you to Cape. Very soon, actually, this might be Cape's last NNR race. The young man was offered a new position with a different company for quite a substantial increase in his salary. So he had to say yes. Of course, he's got his family to think about. Cape, if this does actually end up being your last race, buddy, thank very much for all that you've done so far for NNR, East Park, and everywhere else that you've landed. Buddy, I know there's still more to go, but I definitely want to thank you for making it so interesting out here on track when you've been here.
Big shout out to More Than a Cape and all the charity he does for his community. Fans, if you want to learn how to help children in their fight against pediatric cancer, morethanAcape.org is the URL. That's morethanAcape.org. As the leaders are now crossing the line, less than 30 to go. Pete, the 18 has been caught. No, he hasn't been caught speeding. Excuse me. I thought he was coming down pit road. I'm not entirely sure. But NNR Cowboy does come down and away. The leader is the 51 of NNR SWATs, who crosses this line with less than 30 laps left.
Yes, Watts was one of the last ones to pit, so no surprise that he's going to be one of the last to come on down this time by as well. Swats up here in this Cessna Toyota, still running along that high side. Looks like he was right in the middle there, debating whether he wanted to kind of signal that he's going to come on down this time. Looking at him all the way up along that high side, no even inclination of maybe a second guess, but he's going to come on down and complete one more. And as I look on, he's got only one lap of fuel left in the tank. He should be coming on in this time by. Pretty interesting, because if he started to sputter, Rick, that could also cost him time.
Time could be precious. Now the 51 coming down pit road, and Pete, I was thinking to myself, he's going to try and go the distance on this next tank of fuel, but that would mean stretching the fuel an incredible 4 to 5 laps, which just won't happen. Swat's coming down at a high rate of speed. Goodness, I hope he slowed it down in time.
I think he did, and Rick, I was talking about him possibly sputtering. He was sputtering coming off of the exit of 4, so he timed that perfectly. We'll have to see though, because like I said, that needle was doing quite a bit of dancing on his dash.
Quite a bit, but now the 51 is down pit road and he's getting his service, so we'll have to see where he ends up next time that the pit stops cycle around.
Yeah, again, he was one of the last to come in, so other people were out there on fresher tires. I think the difference is going to be about 5 laps. So, Rick, what do? Do you come in right when you're capable, throw on 4 brand new freshies, fill it up with just what you need on fuel, and then come on out with about 20 to go? Or do you ride it all the way out, and save that quick pit?
Pete, by the current standard right now, each driver will be able to go about 24 laps until the tires expire. There's about 27 laps remaining, and the fuel will not last more than 24 as well. If Swats wants any chance at winning this race, he's going to have to short pit with the leaders and get fresh tires when they do. Right now, the 88 of TGM Beast is being scored as your leader in this race. He still has yet to pit. The 23 of Kate, very slow out of turn number 2, almost going into the wall, and it looks like he's just slow on the apron there, Pete, but now he gets going again.
Yeah, he got caught up with a little something around 3 other drivers. Ended up in the wall, but because it was just him, it doesn't look like the caution's going to fly, and I don't see where either Bowling or Swats has made the call for a manual caution. Looks like we're going to stay green.
TGM Beast, your leader, as the 88 comes down pit road, so now all these trucks will get their lap back. All eyes on truck number 38, NNR Bowling. It looks like he's about to take the lead, and this is at an earlier point than he did first time that pit stop cycle around. The 88 has just come to a stop in his pit stall, where during the last cycle, Pete, the 38 truck overtook the 88 as he was leaving his pit stall. I don't know what kind of witchcraft Bowling has in that BTS F-150, but he is putting incredible time on this field during these pit stop deltas.
Yeah, Bowling, just now coming off the turn 4, approaching the start stripe. There is one truck behind him. I'm going through right now. I think it's, I think it might be that 74 is a dark truck. Let's see. It was red. Wait, no, I'm grabbing some. Hold on, I'm getting there right now. Can it be the 00 of Bossy Geo? Yeah, it is the 00 of Boss. So is Boss in second, or is he now a lap down?
We'll have to take a look at them. Interesting indeed, Pete. We're definitely going to have a look at the running order. That right now I'm riding along with the 3 truck of NNR Chevy. According to the game, NNR Chevy finds himself in the 2nd position with 23 laps to go. Classic Stews in 3rd, Shadowlack 4th, NNR Swats rounding out the top 5, all within tenths of each other. But the big number on the scoreboard, Pete, is the 7.2 second gap between the 38 and the 3 truck.
Well, Commando Grip out there in chat, I hope what Rick James just did for you right there answered your question even before you finished typing it. As you see, You see the 88 go on by the 98 of Papa Bear. Yeah, right now 38 of Bowling leads Chevy P2, Classic Stew sitting P3, our Swats in that 51 Cessna Machine sitting P4. Owen Cornett right now P5, and then the 99 of Shadowlack running P6. Good job, Rick.
Double deuce up on the board, about to be 21 laps to go. The 38 of Bowling now crosses that line. The 3 truck of NNR Chevy sits in second, but now he's got no time because behind him is the 16 of Classic Stew and the 51 of NNR Swats. This is a 4-way fight for second place.
Yeah, keeping it right here. 3 is Chevy up front. As you just said, the 51 of Swats down low, 16 of Stew, and one more right back there. Kind of ducking out right now. 51's going to try a little bit of low line action. Can he get there? Can he slide up? No, the 3 is going to be able to carry that momentum and shut that door. 51's going to lose a few spots if they decide to, keep the high line going. 16 of Stu, a little bit of contact with the wall, so 51 will be able to slide back up, keep that spot. Here comes the 74 of Owen Cornett. Big battle right now for what would that be? P5, Rick.
P2, if you want to look at it that way, Pete. But right now we have the 99 of Shadowlack. Look at this. Look at this. 5 cars within a couple of tenths of each other, all fighting for position. The 3 of NNR Chevy now coming down pit road, and he's going to give up that second position. So he's going to potentially go a lap down here, but he's also off cycle, yep. Pete. Yep. There's going to be 19 laps to go when he crosses the line. He can now make it to the end on tires and fuel. It's the rest of the field that has to play this game.
Now, Rick, we'll have to see what he does. Will he go down and just grab right side tires and enough fuel to go the distance? Did he, think about this? Did he figure that, NNR is well known for going green flag? Those couple of cautions that we had early in stage 1, I think we had one in stage 2, except for the manual caution. But did he think that this scenario could play out? Go down pit road during his stage, only take right side tires, just take enough fuel to keep it going the rest of the way, and then come on out? Or will he get loose, not be able to control it, and lose everything? That's a big juggle.
A huge juggle there, Pete, and the 16 just got turned around big time into turn number 3. That's Classic Stew that got bumped by Shadowlack headed into that third corner. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it looks like the 16 was signaling he was going to come for a pit stop. The 99 was going to do the same thing, but there was a truck on that low line, and the 2 came together. We'll see how the stewards decide to judge that incident, but now green flag pit stops are well underway. 99 and 16 pitting together. Pete, I don't know if they heard us or not, but a lot of these trucks are taking that short pit advice, and they're setting themselves up for the final stop of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I think once he went down pit, I can't remember the driver right now. I'm looking at a few other things, but once he went down pit road, I think he literally opened the door and everybody saw what he was doing. Say, I can't lose time to 4 freshies, or even if it's just 2, it's still going to be an advantage. You're only taking enough gas to get to the end. You're not taking any, so your truck stays somewhat lighter than it would be with a full tank of fuel. Man, it's gonna be interesting to see exactly how this all plays out. A couple of different strategies, few laps in between the pits. Who's gonna come out on top? These laps are closing down. They're on 153 and 167 right now. So we're in the low teens, getting ready to seal the deal.
We're going to have to seal the deal sooner rather than later, Pete. The 51 of NNR Swats now being scored as your leader. He's rounding turns 1 and 2 right now, and we've got less than 15 laps remaining. Pete, if Swats doesn't short pit, he's committed to go to the end. Drivers like the 3 of NNR Chevy did go with 4 tires, but not a full tank of fuel. So they're trying to stay light on their wheels to this checkered flag. Swats still the leader. He's now crossing the line with 14 to go. 74 of Cornette right behind him.
Yeah, I started riding along with the 38 of NNR Bowling as he came out of the pit. So Bowling has also made his last pit, but did he wait too long? We'll have to see. Right now, as you said, Swat's in the lead. Own Cornette P2, Krabby Soup in that 24, Hooters Machine P3, NNR Cowboy P4, and then Haskell the Rascal. First time I think we're talked about him in the 33, sitting P5. Still mid-cycle though. Not everybody's come down pit road, Rick.
51 crosses the line, and we now have a dozen laps remaining, Pete. I don't know that he can make it to the end. He must be praying for a caution or be playing the extreme conservation game, and it could work. Crazier things have happened, but that 74 of Own Cornette now signaling that he will come down pit road. That will leave Swats by his lonesome in that rowdy 51 Tundra. Who is going to come up top, Pete? It's still anybody's race with this fuel mileage game being played.
But I tell you what, with Own Cornette just now going down pit road, next closest car is 10 seconds behind. I think the 51 of Swats could actually back it down just a little bit. Is he able to save 4 laps? I don't think so. As we ride along at the hood, you can hear the motor at full song. Going into the corner, I'm going to be quiet for a second. It doesn't sound like he's really burping the throttle, and I'm sorry, it sounds like he's actually just burping the throttle and getting back in. He's not laying and staying out of the gas for an extended period of time. I think Swats is trying to go full out. I don't really know him to be a fuel mileage racer. I think he's going to try to get it done on speed, but he might just be waiting too long. I think the window to get in, get at least right side tires and come on back out to where it would have been beneficial for this 51 has come and passed.
Or the McCabe in the chat says that Swat is 2 laps short. He's going to go splash and go, and he's got less than 30% wear on that right front tire. There's 9 laps remaining, Pete. I don't think he can go all the way, especially with drivers like Krabby Soup just 10 seconds behind him. But you can see now the 51 very slow out of 2, letting the 38 go by. He's going to try to go the distance anyway.
Yeah, he had a 10-second lead. Now it's down to 9.5. So still managing that deficit back to P number 2. Right now, P2, Krabby Soup, Haskell the Rascal, now up to P3, 12 seconds behind this 51. Man, 51's on, he's thrown that Hail Mary. Is he done pitting?
Pete will have to see if his receiver comes down with it in the end zone. We'll have to see if Swats can click his red heels and appear in victory lane, or he'll be looking forward to next week so he can say, we're not in Kansas anymore. But whichever way the wind blows, we'll see how this strategy plays out. The potential race winner in the 38 just passed him and is just up ahead. There's 7 laps remaining. He's got a 13-second lead on Haskell the Rascal. None of the top 5 have pitted, Pete, and they're all going for broke.
They're gonna have to. We're in Kansas, bluegrass state. I remember Wizard of Oz clicking the heels. They were in a field of poppies. Well, I don't know if this is going to be Swats' field of poppies or not. He is absolutely taking the biggest chance. The Wizard was able to give a heart, a brain, a home, and all that. I don't know if he's going to be able to give Swats a win.
5 laps to go. Next time by, the 51 now riding it high and having to check up out of 2, but he's still keeping the 38 well within touch. But there he is below the yellow line with an 18-second lead headed into the 3rd corner. Is that the signal that he's going to come down pit road? 51 on the high side. He's slowing down and he's coming down pit road, Pete. Is it a splash and go? He's coming in really hot. He woes it down, Pete. Oh, goodness, did the 51 speed.
Doesn't appear so. And you know what, Cape, I can make it whatever track I want to make it. Kentucky's saying no, it's Kentucky, or Bluegrass is Kentucky, not Kansas. Well, you know what? When I'm on a roll, I'm on a roll. Leave me alone. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll have to see. Right now, he's saying just a can, and I think I saw right side tire. So the right side must have been pretty shallow on available rubber. So here he is coming on out. Did the 2nd and 3rd place also come on down, or was that just too much time? Did he give too much time away?
He gave too much time away to TGM Beast, but also the 38 of NNR Bowling as well. Now fast forwarding to truck number 88, TGM Beast just ahead of the 18 of Cowboy, the 33 of Haskell the Rascal, the 24 of Krabby Soup also came in and is now on the tail end of the lead lap. But look at the 88 of Beast, Pete. He has yet to win a race this year. The 88 not signaling that he's going to come down pit road. Beast finds himself fourth in points with 9 top 10s in 10 starts this year, with a gap of 137 points behind the leader. Is this his night?
It could very well be. And you know what I just saw right there as he went through 3 and 4? He was on the very bottom line. He wasn't up high. He wasn't really scrubbing too much off that right front. He's got to be figuring by now the tires are getting a little bit low. But also, he wasn't on that high side getting the truck or keeping the truck wound up spending a whole lot of gas. Maybe you figured in the last lap he was be a little bit conservative, see what he spends here on the high side. But either way, Beast right now with the lead, and he's got just about 10 seconds on Bowling. The 51 of Swats, while he came in last, right now he runs P3, but still everybody chasing this 88. Laps are closing down. Next time by, when Swats crosses the line, I'll grab us a lap count. It's got to be very, very close to 0. We'll have to see.
It's
2
the
laps
white flag
remaining,
the
Rick.
next time. Yep, you called it, my friend. It's the white flag the next time the 88 crosses the line. Will he have what it takes? 1.5 more miles at Kansas. Will he cruise to his first victory of 2020?
It's very, very possible. I tell you what, Commando Griff out there, if Master Killer's still out there, any other members of that J-PA militia are out there, they will erupt. Hashtag J-PA militia. Beast was brought in by J-PA and a few of the other guys to run here in NNR. He's done pretty well elsewhere. Here he is now, coming off of 3 and 4 for the last time. I think this 88 truck is sputtering, Rick. He's very, very slow. I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat him. He's going to coast to the line. Beast will grab his first victory here in the NNR Truck Series. Congratulations, Beast.
Could not have timed it more perfect, with a 10-second gap to NNR Bowling in second place. Beast, a bridesmaid no longer. He's got his first win this season in no-name racing trucks. NNR Bowling second, Swats third, Own Cornet second to last in points, ends up finishing fourth. Shadowlack rounding out the top 5. NNR Chevy, Classic Stew, Mike T, Kool-Aid, Krabby Soup rounding out the top 10.
Tell you what, you can tell that this guy was out of gas the rest of the field as they continue on with their cool down lap. They're passing him. Ellie, once again, thank you very much for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping us all company. Absolutely appreciate you. Man, definitely hope to see you around more. Please go on up, make sure you smash that follow button. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Xfinity race, and then on Thursday night for the Cup race. But you keep it right here. We're gonna have post race interviews in just a moment, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be right back. Guys, yeah, we are back. Thank you very much. Guys are all now in the booth. I tell you, that cool down lap. There's a whole lot of talk about speed versus fuel and all that. Who would do it? Who wouldn't? But it doesn't really matter. I'm actually going to go and pick up on Mr. NNR Swats. We were kind of keeping up with him on the about 10 laps to go, where we saw him suddenly and abruptly come on down pit road, even though he signaled. More than quite sure if that was actually what was going to happen. Swats, it seemed like you definitely had the speed to be able to go the distance with the best of them, whether it was the 40, whether it was the 38, whether the 88 or whoever. Um, didn't really see you get caught up in too much until one accident, but buddy, you still were able to come along with the top three. Walk us through your race, and if you think you might have had anything for Beast or Bowling, if it came down to just a shootout.
I mean, it was a good race. Kansas is actually one of my favorite tracks. It's the track that I pushed really hard for when NNR was in the tournament. Um, I mean, I love this track. It's one of my favorite tracks. So I knew it was going to come down to fuel mileage based on running this track so many times, but I did not. I wasn't able to save as much as I wanted to the first run, just because there was multiple cars that I was trying to get past because I knew it was going to come down to fuel. But I burned a little bit too much, so I was going to be 1 or 2 laps short. But if I could have saved, I probably should have saved a little bit more when I was 18 seconds out in front of everybody, but I didn't. So, um, yeah, I think bowling was probably the fastest. I don't know. I think I was able to keep up with everybody. There was a few incidents where people were making some boneheaded moves with slide jobs and not being patient in the first and second stages, so we had some cautions, and then we had some issues with people not keeping it out of the wall and having people get damaged and stuff like that. But overall, I thought it was a decent race. Glad somebody else won besides bowling. Um, but no, I mean, bowling's always that's who I'm always chasing. I feel like I think everybody else feels that way too. But I mean, when you are good, it makes everybody else better. So, um, no, I mean, I'm glad I brought it home third. Obviously, I'd like to get my first win, but I'll take a top three after missing last week.
Well, Swats, from watching you last year during the truck season to this year, definitely see a marked improvement in your performance. Congratulations on your top three. It's not going to be too far. Just like I told Parzival in the Xfinity Series last year before he moved up the Cup and before he got before he got his first win. If you stay consistent, you're gonna get up there. The wins will just have to come. Congratulations. Good points tonight for you. Any shout outs for you, bud?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'd actually like to shout out the entire NNR team that was in the tournament. A lot of the setup help that I got was from Rose and Amore and Coey and all the guys that were in that tournament, Cowboy. Everybody helped everybody in that tournament. So that setup is what I brought to the race tonight. So obviously, big shout outs to those guys. Those are the top guys. So shout out to you guys for broadcasting. Shout out for Bowling and Beast for their second and first place. Yeah, shout out to Coey as always too.
Rick James, I tell you what he just brought up is something kind of interesting. That FFL race was the very, very first one where I actually got to meet you in Atlanta. And NNR kind of set the precedent on what was going to take to be able to move on during that FFL race. NNR put all 9 guys in the top 9 positions. The only reason that it wasn't 10 out of 10 is because somebody lagged out. So if that was the setup that Swats was running tonight, no doubt no excuse that it couldn't run right up where he finished, top 3.
Absolutely no excuse. Now with our second place finisher, NNR Bowling. Bowling, it was a thrilling run today. You did such a great job in all 3 stages. And when it came down to it, a second place still means you've scored 9 top 5s in 11 starts. Surely you've got to be pleased with how you performed today.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. Pretty upset about the finish, but I think Pete knows that everybody else knows that I hate fuel mileage. I can't stand it, and I don't like it.
I know that word
Completely.
condone was right on the edge of your tongue.
Yes, it was. It was right
Sorry,
there.
Rick. I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy.
No, no, that's all right, Pete. I was gonna say the same thing, and it's uncanny just the way that you've absolutely torn the points apart. Regardless, your average finish is still going to go up. Your points lead is also going to go up. Everything about the points table, everything positive about this points table, only increases further. But I suppose bowling, the mark of a determined champion is that of a driver who's never satisfied with second place. Is there anything you could have done to bring home the win?
I mean, I when the caution came out, or when we had the manual caution in the final stage, I could have pit with everybody else. I just didn't feel it was necessary. We turned one lap, and I'm like, okay, we'll be fine here. But then we ended up doing 5 laps under caution, so I tried to save under caution there, but I just there was not enough time for me to save, and it is what it is. And I just tried to run as hard as I could when I knew I couldn't make it, and came up a little short.
And how about some shout outs for any of your fans watching at home?
I give a shout out to the same people I always do. You guys in the booth here, you guys do an amazing job. I'd love to go back and watch it. Got to give a shout out to my buddy Watt Racing. He kind of led me in the right direction tonight. I did a little bit of practice the other day, and I wasn't really happy. And he told me one little move, and that did it for me.
And that's exactly what did it for you. Congratulations on that second place. Pete, you've got our gold medalist tonight.
I tell you what, Rick James, real quick, the guy that Bowling is talking about, he's actually the past NNR Truck Series champion. So if you're going to get advice from anybody, why not lean on someone that's proven? So good job. I tell you what, here we go. First place, one of the newest members of the hashtag JPOP Militia family, TGM Beast, bringing it home, P number 1 here at Kansas. Beast, we saw you pretty close to the front, same as I was just talking about with Swats. You were very, very close to the front all night long. At certain points, you had that 88 in the clean air. When did you realize, or when did you make up your mind that you were going to try it on fuel rather than raw speed and try to beat Bowling straight up?
Well, it feels great to win.
No doubt.
It feels like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. But that strategy call, I ended up making that first pit stop after the manual caution. I made it with about 4 or 5 laps of fuel left on that run. And I just saved an extra lap to get to a certain mark. And then I went and saved that next fuel run, the whole run. And I actually pitted a lap earlier than I should have. I had the fuel to go one more. I didn't, but I still got the win. Without making that mistake, I probably wouldn't have coasted all the way down the backstretch and through 3 and 4, but still was the right call, and I got it done.
Yeah, you absolutely got it done. And I was actually riding along with you, of course, at the end, and it really looked like you were starting to sputter coming off of turn 4. If you had started to sputter down that backstretch, would you have all of a sudden held your head in your hands and just saying, why? Or would you say, what, I gave it the best effort I had. I tried something different, and you would have, would you have accepted whatever position you would have finished in?
Well, I mean, I was sputtering off of 2. I actually I
wow.
coasted
Okay.
about halfway down the backstretch before trying to gas it through 3 and 4. But yeah, no, that was a little too close for my liking. Had I not used the clutch there, and so yeah, I think if I didn't end up coasting down the backstretch before really sputtering in 3 and 4, I don't think I would have made it to the line first.
Well, man, congratulations on your very first win here in NNR. You keep it up. I know you got a great support system behind you in JPA and Master Killer Cole 315, Q Dog, Bill's Legend, that whole gang. I'm sure you got a laundry list full of shout outs. Go ahead and get them on through here, buddy.
Yeah, no, J-Paw Militia, first and foremost, and always. J-Paw, stout. He ended up giving me the invite to start racing over in here, and a shout out to you guys for broadcasting every race, being here every week, putting on a show for everyone, and shout out to Bowling. Man's fast. That's the guy you aim to beat every week here in the Struck Series, and I've definitely seen the improvement compared to him.
Well, congratulations one more time. Rick James, any final thoughts on tonight before we talk about tomorrow in the Xfinity race?
Not at all, Pete. I think tonight was a great lesson for drivers tomorrow in the Xfinity race. Drivers that need to maintain tires above everything. If anything was a lesson, it's that tires and fuel strategy are going to be what wins these races this week.
I couldn't agree more. We'll have to see if we see more of what we saw tonight. Tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, the NNR Xfinity Series. They're going to take their turn tackling Kansas Speedway. Have to see if it's more of the high line. Usually it's a little bit bigger of a field. Will we see more cautions? Will we see that very well-known green flag just stick out in the air? One more time, Zach Attack, thank you very much for the follow. Vols, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Rick James, you are the man, not only for the bits, buddy. Thank you very much for coming out, hanging out, keeping these NNR races just a little bit more entertaining. Buddy, I love calling these races with you. Thanks again.
Always a pleasure, Pete. NNR has almost been a second home for me. It's just a pleasure to be here week in and week out calling these races with you, pal.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rock NASCAR just hit the nail right on the head. Thank you, server gods, for being kind to us tonight. Rock, I couldn't agree with you more. And Rock, thank you very much for coming out and doing all you do for the community. Guys, if you're not already part of the community that Rock has built, go on and look it up. I believe it's a black border or on top or something like that. But you should see the setup that Rock NASCAR has for what he takes pride in, or the setup that Rock NASCAR has and all the pride that he takes in keeping up with all of these different leagues and the posts and all that. The man has like 3 monitors. One is a 42-inch curved screen, watching 4 or 5 races at one time, and then he goes on over and posts and congratulates the winner from each race. Rock, I appreciate you, sir. So one more time, we'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern, the NNR Xfinity Series right back here from Kansas. Thanks for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping it real with us. Guys, also, please remember, wear your mask, stay away from those big crowds. We need to bring these numbers down so we can all get back to a track as soon as possible. Have a good night, everybody. Later.